Wow. They're not the kind of mainstream ones you buy at Almy or whatever clerical outfitters. These were kind of specially designed. And also, the bishop matched. And he kind of was like, this is a priest who is out there and fabulous with all these colours. And during the ordination, you get vested. And we heard the story about the vestments, which was that his father had sewn and made all these vestments, especially for Jim. And so it was a little bit of a surprise that the last gift this newly ordained priest got was this little chalice that as it brought out, I was like, well, that's a little small. And it's a little plate. I mean, it was hardly any embellishment on it. And I was like, that doesn't describe Jim at all. Where were all the kind of, it needed to be double the size to fit his personality. And then you heard that this silver chalice was forged by the silver from his parents and his grandparents and his friends and all the churches that he had been connected with to make this vessel for God. And it kind of all of a sudden changed my mind from this plain chalice to this beautiful chalice that has so many stories interwoven in. And it was a huge honor to kneel at the altar and receive from this chalice, knowing the story behind it. And I can also remember one of the first stories I was told when I was here was that of Mary Glasspool's bishop's ring. And I think it was my win that told me that that bishop's ring was collected from gold from this congregation, including some of his gold fillings, I think my God. But this sense of that people brought in their wealth to be made into an item that is going to give God glory. So where does that leave us? And that leaves us with this challenge of us transforming items into items of glory. And how many of us are really proud of this building? How many of us kind of say, we come to St. Margaret's because we love this building? But the issue is we've got that fine line between making it a building and making it into that golden calf false idol. When we give, what are we giving to? Are we giving to something that makes us feel better? Or are we giving to something that is going to radiate God's glory? I got really excited when Peter posted the picture of that huge construction, trailer. I got the English confused. The huge construction trailer out there. And I was like, wow, if that is the construction trailer, can you imagine what the new building is going to be like? It's going to be huge. And I was like, I am so excited about this huge building. And I remember when I tell people, I went to a church that managed to do a capital campaign where we raised $3 million in 6 months, and their jaws dropped. But the issue is it's so kind of tempting to kind of get wrapped up in, aren't we amazing because we're building a new building, and aren't we amazing because we raised all this money? Without then making that next step of saying, why? We're building this building so we can transform people's lives. We're building this building so we have space, so people can come and share fellowship and learn about God. We raise this money not to make us feel better, but so we can transform people's lives. When we pledge, We're not pledging to make us feel better. We're pledging so that God's work can be done in the world. How are we going to take all of our gems, our time and our talents, and transform it into something that isn't only beautiful, but radiates God's glory? How do we transform our community here to a community that can share in God's presence? What was amazing was kneeling at the altar and sipping from this chalice, knowing that it is an item of value, but is an item that will allow many to be nourished by God. As we give in this stewardship season, help us know that we are not building an idol here at St. Margaret's. We are building a community that is going to transform people's lives. It's not a false idol. It is an item that we want to share and kind of share to the world, knowing that our lives have been transformed, but many can also be transformed by God. Amen. Amen.